Scorpio collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers. Welcome to your timeless True Love timeline reading. I am your reader, Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. You like the new intro music? Isn't that good? Janet Grace, she's amazing. Yeah, I'm the author of Words of Grace. From a professional witch, there's a Kindle version of it available. There is a link in the description box if you would like to check it out and preview it. A good chunk of it for free. You'll see some of the prayers, principles, and practices that have kept me sane, kept me balanced, kept me in business for the past 25 years, plus as a corporate president, a spiritual teacher. Been reading people since I'm 12 years old. My good God almighty. Yeah, Words of Grace from a professional witch. It's lovely, the Kindle version. It's in chakra chapters. We're going to be talking about chakras, past, present, and future in the timeline here. So you can click it and check it out and see if it's your vibe. But the original version, the Kindle version is much, much, much cleaner than the Fellini Film Festival that we have over on Patreon. Some of my subscribers get the original version, edited by my beloved Scorpio soul sister, Jill Schweitzer. If you're watching, hey Jill, I love you. We're working on our next book too. It's very, very exciting stuff. So over on Patreon, you see some of my patrons, my subscribers, get the original Words of Grace, but all of my subscribers across the board get three things in common. The extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, and they're all soul contract, true love, soulmate relationship based, and they're juggernauts. The part 2s, most of them, if not all of them. They also get a daily check-in with me every morning, an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so they can chat with me about the day's astrological weather, the spiritual implications, the magical applications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. And it sets me up for the rest of my day, and I love doing it. It's so much fun. They also get a significant discount for being one of my subscribers on Patrons when it comes to booking me for private sessions, spiritual counseling, readings, and all that. We'll talk about it at the end of the video just to clarify it a little bit more, but I love Patreon. And as a spiritual teacher, as a professional witch, it's really given me so much creative freedom, and they just allowed us to offer a 7-day trial. So at the time of this timeless recording, our first level, Seeker, $3 a month, you can try that for 7 days for free, and opt out before you gotta pay. But eventually, I'm considering opening all of them, all of my levels to that. But you know what? Who cares right now? Let's get down to business. But if you feel so drawn, if you feel so inspired to do so, click the link and at least sniff the menu, feel it out, and come play chat on Patreon. I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angela Lyons. But you can call me Mal, and I'm a field day. I'm a lot of fun. I've been doing this a long time. And because I don't take myself all too very seriously, I get away with a lot more with the divine, the grace of humility, the first and last grace that I talk about in my book, Words of Grace, is knowing that you don't know, but being willing to be shown. And I think that's a key for divinatory arts in general, don't you think? So let's get down to business. A little explanation for the new Scorpios and the crosswatchers, and then we'll get down to the divination. It's a timeline, past, present, future, simple timeline, right? Could be 10 years ago, right? 1,000 years from now in the future, who knows? It is that general. All of the signs get 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot, past, present, future. For the internal, the feminine, the heart, third eye, crown chakras on the inside, the internal, right? This is Daughters of the Moon Tarot. They also, all signs, get 3 Mythic Tarot for the lower 3 chakras, the masculine, the yang, relationships in the physical world, looking at yourself from the outside in, or you from the inside out, looking at people, places, and things in which you have relationships in the physical world, including your relationship to yourself. But each sign this time around got a different wild card from either a healing system or an oracle. You guys got the Caroline Myss archetype deck for alchemy, the spiritual alchemy. We'll talk about it as we go. If you're new, if you're not, you know what's coming. MYSS, she's PhD, Sacred Contracts, Anatomy of the Spirit, Entering the Castle, Defy Gravity, life-changing works for me, and I will always adore her. Sorry, I thought I heard garbage truck in the background, which I can overtalk. I can talk over Optimus Prime. You watch me. I'm a quarter Sicilian. The True Love timeline is your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your hero's journey, whatever you want to call your process of evolution through your relationships in the world, because you are the common denominator in every relationship you have, including your relationship to the divine, however you choose to define that. So you heal a little bit in one relationship, you automatically shift all other relationships to a more truth and love-based timeline, right? A golden timeline, a healthier, happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, however that may be. Are these all sexual romantic? No. Maybe they are. Maybe some people can find that in it no matter what. Lord knows I used to. But I do know that if it's a relationship with a parent or a family member, non-romantic, a friend, you heal that, it can absolutely free you up. Do the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, removing the 3 obstacles between lead and gold in spiritual alchemy, which is what that last card down. We're going to see what the archetype is. Usually it's the first card down. When I use that deck, it's going to be the last one down. It's a little bit of a surprise to see what's hovering in your 8th chakra. Reason, season, or a lifetime, you or somebody else, you're still doing the alchemy. We always are. So I think that's enough explanation, don't you? Except, check it. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. And cross-watchers, you have the opportunity to get some insight into where they've been, where they are, and where they're going. You know, a loved one, right, does not always have to be a romantic partner or wanting to be a romantic partner necessarily. But you may be able to have some insight, some understanding, some sympathy, and some empathy for Scorpios, because, look, I grew up with Scorpios. I've always had Scorpios in my life. And Cancerians, lifetime case of crabs and scorpions, gods help me. And they do. Boy, do they. It's a lot of water. I'm a Pisces moon, though, so I can feel them out. But they usually don't share what's going on behind their eyes unless they're absolutely ready or they explode, right? One or the other. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will, and I will do my best to help anybody traverse the true love timeline to the best of their ability, because each time every one of us takes a step forward, makes a more loving, wise, empowered decision, it helps all of us do the same, because at core we're all one. Yeah, I know, don't always look that way. Them too. I know, tricky shit, huh? So let's do this. Enough explanation. Let's do the divination, and that happens in the still point. See if you can find it. Ready? Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddess override. Using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, I call to my beloved goddesses of water, the sign of Scorpio. Powers of the South, please, beloved goddesses of fixed water, 3 cards, face down, simple timeline, past, present, future, for the Scorpio collective. Oh, that made me burp. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross-watchers. Watching this video, drawn to this reading, where has the Scorpio and or the cross-watcher been, right? You know, where have they been? On the path of true love, heart, throat, third eye, crown, internal, internal. Where are they now? Internal, internal, heart, throat, third eye, crown, on the path of true love. And where are they headed? Most probable outcome in the true love timeline of this lifetime for the Scorpio collective and the cross watchers in this timeless true love read. We're going to get these 3 mythic tarot face down as well, and then we will flip across the board, past, present, then future. Please take a nice deep breath. Ever zombie and witch. Still point. God override. As I call upon my gods of water, the sign of Scorpio, powers of the West. Please, beloved gods of fixed Water, 8th house, dynamic, money, sex, power, other people's resources, mysticism, the hidden, the occult, please. 3 cards, face down in clarity. A simple timeline, past, present, future, for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, please. What do they need to be aware of? Outside in, inside out, lower 3 chakras, relationships in the physical world in terms of where they have been. The true love timeline, where they are. Oh, delicate. Oh, delicate. Remember that word, delicate. Delicate, where they are now. Lower 3 chakras, and where they are headed. Most probable outcome. The true love timeline of this lifetime for the Scorpios and the cross watchers in this timeless true love timeline. Okay, all right, got that. Yep. Oh my, oh dear, here we go. And yes, the Scorpio raid. Oh yes, it is Scorpio raid. All right, buckle up, Scorps. Sharpen your stingers. In the past, Ace of Pentacles on the inner means a seed of potential inside of you, a seed of wisdom. Earth in the heart, third eye crown is not about your biological organs, believe it or not. No. Nuqua, a healthy seed, like it's ready to be planted to then what? Grow in potential, right? So Ace of Pentacles on the outside is usually an opportunity. This is about a wisdom that is seeded within you with the Hanged Man. When it is a major arcana, and you got 2 major arcana, we'll get there, in a chakric zone, it is all of the chakras in that zone. So lower 3 chakras, you got the Hanged Man, Prometheus bound, he's a Titan. People don't realize he's a Titan, an elder god, stole fire from the Olympians to give it to humankind, so humankind would be so damn dependent upon the gods, right, to liberate them. They didn't like that, so they chained him upside down to a rock in Tartarus, which is as far below the Palace of Hades as the Palace of Hades is below us, right? So it's really a different section. It is the sub-basement, Tartarus, but it's a reform. It's a crucible. It's a purification thing. It's not necessarily jail. So he eventually gets out, but they hang him upside down, and they have a vulture peck his liver out every day. He's immortal. He's just going to grow back, right? Eventually they let him go, though. Prometheus unbound. So the Hanged Man, think Odin plucking out an eye for the Norns, right? In exchange for cash and prizes, hanging himself upside down on the world tree, Yggdrasil, right? Sacrifice, letting go, surrender Dorothy in the past here, but a seed of wisdom was gained as a result, right? Something that you could germinate, that you could grow. Now, that's very clear in the past that you might have had to surrender your point of view, let go of someone or something, or just chill out, right? Wait on the will of heaven. Like, all right, I surrender. You do you. And maybe this is a nice, like, let's give it a chakra for a second. What if this is heart chakra, like the wisdom of the heart? No, I'm good. It's okay. It's not the 9. It's not the 9, right? It's not the 10. It's the 1. A solid core there. Because you got one of my true love cards, the 10 of Cups. Now, right, or in the immediate vicinity of your timeline, ecstasy, Inanna's House of Heaven. Now, I do recommend looking up the goddess Inanna and what she had to do to get there, going into the underworld of Scorpios, and embracing her sister Ereshkigal, her shadow side. And interesting that we're going to be using the Caroline Myss archetype cards that have the shadow and the light written on them, those attributes. But with 5 of Swords on the outer, bicker. Remember I said that there was something, what was the word, delicate? This could be a very delicate situation here about communication. Now you're going to give that a solar plexus. I would say definitely pay attention to your solar plexus chakra. That's the feeling I get. Well, first of all, it's Apollo, god of the sun, so a little clue there perhaps. But your solar plexus is your relationship to yourself, particularly your integrity and your boundaries, right? Self-esteem is not a noun. It's a verb. third. We're always estimating ourselves subconsciously to make that conscious. Well, let's call this a heart chakra card. Your cups are running over. Whatever this is, I mean, it feels very much like communication, but obviously communication with whom? And it may be more. It could be tribal, right? It could be communicating to your community, to your family, to friends. So again, is this romantic, straight up? Maybe, maybe not. But wait, there's more. Where are you headed? Well, good thing you got the Eight of Pentacles on the inner, because you grew that Ace of Pentacles from the past into the learner. If you just called out the grace of humility. It's the first grace of my book because it's the maiden grace. We do Maiden Mother Crown first, yeah. And it's the last grace in the chapter called your saving grace. It is my saving grace. I know that I don't know, so I'm willing to be shown. It allows my innocence to come through, right? So this is really, really good. If you can just, in the future, say, all right, I'm learning how to do this. I'm gaining wisdom. Book knowledge is not enough. Words are not enough. You can read every book in the world, but unless you put what you learn into action, you do not get the experience and therefore the wisdom. That's an earth card on the inside. Can't be stolen from you, and neither can the point of view as everyday learning something every day, because on the outer lower three chakras all in one card, the death card, your card, the Scorpio card, a transformation. Look, whatever seed you planted on the inside here that you sacrificed for, and it could be as simple as, I have no idea, I have no clue, I just feel this inside myself. We all have those moments, right? That can now bring you into the heart, and really in a way that your cups overflow. Joy, ecstasy is a specific vibrational frequency, different than bliss, different than joy. It's just a different vibe, but it is definitely feeling like it's emanating from the heart chakra there. But really, what's that going to do to all of the chakras, regardless of heart, third eye crown? So this is the challenge. This is a delicate situation. You're going to have to watch your words, I have a feeling, or maybe you're getting some flack, or maybe there is just simply some miscommunication, or as a result of you surrendering your point of view on this, there's a change of mind. Fives in numerology are about change, right? The 4 is the stability, the 6 is the harmony. It's that transitional thing. Now, for me, minor arcana cards are things you deal with. They're not permanent. Major arcana cards can be larger stages in our lives. So to have the hangman on one end and to end up with death, don't take that as a horrible thing. That means that your surrender, your sacrifice, has opened you, or at least you have the opportunity. There might be some mental stuff going on there, different contradictory thoughts with the 5 of Swords, but a change of mind happening as a result of something in the physical world. Could be a conversation, certainly, with someone that opens up that heart. May not be an easy conversation, but it opens up that heart. And then you come into this place of like, okay, I'm learning. I don't know it all. No one does, right? Inside the game, no one sees the whole picture, but outside of the game, we practically scripted this thing, although I have issue with that personally. So the transformation that you go through here is rising from ashes more than going to, because of what you've been through. And, this could be absolutely anything, which is why we're going to get those last 3 cards. I just think that come on, it's the Scorpio card, right? The death card. Hades, Lord of the Underworld, husband of Persephone, right? See, talk about an open relationship. They see each other 6 months out of the year. I don't know, sounds like a good gig, honestly. I'm fiercely independent, if you couldn't tell. I'm a Virgo. Cross your legs, I'm a Virgo. I like this. I think, and really, if you want to look at the gods across the board, you've got Prometheus, Apollo, and Hades, the wealthiest god, by the way, of the Olympian 12. Yeah, you got all that stuff under there, and he ain't telling, but a lot of it is. So, let's get what's going on in the 8th chakra, hovering over your head. The 8th chakra archetype sends down the codes to the other chakras, shifting what you attract and what you repel, so that you no longer delay You have the choice to no longer delay what can't be prevented in terms of your own releasing, letting go, spiritual alchemy, transformation. Alchemy itself is a scorpionic process, right? Lead to gold. 3 atoms in between the two. Let's see what the soul pattern is. Please take a nice deep breath. This will be fun. Let's hope. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, please, beloved ones, what is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra determining the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, enslavement to liberation, maybe pain to pleasure, but with Scorpios, usually they're somewhere in between in this timeless, true love timeline. Read Chips, Dips, Chains, Webs, darling, it's weird science. And you've got the nature child. Piscadios. The child archetype is a survival family archetype. One of, there's the child, the victim, the saboteur, and the prostitute. It's all in Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace. It's the trunk of the archetypal tree, and the health of those 4 really, a lot else, all the other archetypes depend on that. You got the nature child, the child archetype regardless of sub-pattern, in this case the nature child. The child is about innocence and safety. Well, here we are in a place of surrender. Here we are in a place of transformation. And if you can keep the innocence of, I don't know, I'm learning every day learning, then certainly this can be your case. With the nature child, the shadow attribute, or the lead, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. I'm going to go with people on this, just saying. That's horrible, but all archetypes are freaking toxic. Lead in the shadow, in the light is the gold, is the health. Friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. Now that definitely is common ground for me and a lot of people. I've got the nature child archetype in space. My mother raised me in a garden. My garden's going nice outside. It is. I talk to my cats all day long. My 3 black cats, Sebastian, Balthazar, and Melchior, the Princes de Leon. My goodness gracious, I love them. I visit my mom upstairs, my stepfather up in Saratoga, and I'm like talking to the plants and talking to the chipmunks and the labradoodles and the Himalayan kitty cats and all of that. Absolutely. I'm through and through. Pan! A nice dose of pan in my archetypal chemistry, if you will. So there is something innocent about this, but chances are you retreat to nature. To get away from it, you feel safer there, connected in that way. Now, I have to say that in terms of, this surrender, he did hang himself on a tree, just saying, there is something about surrender here. I really think that what you're dealing with right now, Celestine Prophecy, Chapter 5, Message of the Mystics, if you've ever read it. If you haven't, it's a good book. The movie's okay, too. John Boy's in it. He's very cute. Then there is a way of really connecting with nature in a way that's very visual, building energy and all that stuff. Highly recommend that. I still do it every now and again. I taught it for decades. Actually teaching people how to read tarot, how to build their energy before they read. Yeah, no, I've been doing it that long. So I kind of like this for you. So let's put it all together in what we call a bless summation. A blessing and summation. If you are new, and see what comes out of my mouth, because that's when the divine really takes over. Then that'll be the end of the reading. But if you want to hang around for the end, I usually release the Zodiacal Collective by talking about some business and, giving a last little bit of oomph, last little bit of love and blessing to you all, for you all. And the Crosswatchers, obviously, and the entire Scorpio Collective, because as one of us heals, all of us heal. Sorry, I'm being a Virgo. Not sorry. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for our beloved Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need in the true love timeline, because they are coming from a place of a nugget of wisdom inside of them, some truth, something that they've learned that they were developing, and it did take sacrifice. It did take perhaps letting go, sacrificing something in exchange for that nugget of wisdom. And where they are now, that heart chakra feeling of the Ten of Cups, that beauty, that emotional beauty that is undefinable, indescribable, joy, bliss, ecstasy. It is a voltage thing. But with this cautionary card, this is a delicate situation. I still get that delicate. But to really pay attention to what's going on in the solar plexus in terms of arguments, in terms of discussions, in terms of communication, because there may be some changing thoughts in there, but not trying to change somebody's mind. But again, like seeing things differently to make it to the Six of Swords, continuing the journey that is very much worth it when their heart is that open and that full all at once, so that where they're headed, they get that they have learned and they are learning. They are making their way step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment on the true love timeline, transforming as they go, paying attention to their lower three chakra intuition, particular survival intuition, navigating their way physically through this world as things transform and as they learn, so that their relationships on the timeless path of true love, right, that absolutely it's enhanced with communication with nature, nature's spirits, the spirits of the trees, the dryads and the sylphs and the salamanders and the gnomes and the undines and the aminals and the kitty cats and the puppies and the birds and the squirrels and the chipmunks and the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the stars up above, for a timeline of true love. That was good. For the well-being of all. That was long. That's what he said. And with harm to none. It's a Scorpio read. As we will it, so let it be done. So would it be. And so it is. Thank you, Jenna Grace. I love this new music. If you like the new music, hit the thumbs up. And if you liked the reading, hit the thumbs up. It's going to help other Scorpios find this reading, as does hitting the notification bell. I don't know why it just does. And if you want more of me on YouTube, subscribe, because I'm not stopping. I really love it. And comment, what is this about, if you feel it. So over on Patreon, like, YouTube is just my welcome to Patreon at this point. Favorite thing ever. They get every morning YouTube live stream, like they chat with me, a cup of coffee over on my favorite thing. They get the extended readings, the Gigantor part 2s to some of the part 1s here on YouTube, and they're all soul contract based, twin flame, soulmate, all that, true love reads, they're all there, and they get a significant discount on private sessions with me. Yeah, the video booking a reading with Mal is done. It's served. Now it's booking private sessions with Mal. The 25th anniversary, I changed my prices, raised them, and simplified things quite a bit. It's on my website, Drawing the Circle in the store. If you just want to click through, you'll see it in writing. But I did make a video for it, booking private sessions with Mal, because I've been doing relationship reads of all shapes and sizes for decades and decades and decades, honestly. And a lot of these spreads are inspired. Like the True Love timeline is simple, past, present, future isn't new, but I could start a reading with this with a private client and then go hog wild with all the divination that I got here in the house. So yeah, click the link. It's a fun video too, really explains it all for you, whether travel, we could Zoom record it, all the options, but in a kind of fun, simple way, and my mom likes it, so we're going with it. So yeah, book me for a private session. I'll be glad to serve, because every time somebody busts a true love move, a choice or decision, makes it easier for all of us. It anchors true love into the Earth's electromagnetic field, and true love conquers all, and true love heals all wounds, and true love breaks all curses, including ancestral ones passed down for thousands and thousands of years, right? So worth it. And if that's what this is about here, that you are really transforming and doing some amazing alchemy here, more power to you. I believe in you. Hey, you're the signs for it. Do it. Do it for all of us. Make it a little bit easier for all of us. Maybe simpler, but simple need not imply easy, right? So wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed on the path of true love. My beloved Scorpios, hang in there. You do you. Connect with nature. Heal. Hell, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.